So for filtering, we do need to make a couple little adjustments in the code behind. We have to, let me pull it over here. Bring in whatever was in the search string. We're going to have to add an input box to the view. And then we're going to have to retrieve whatever has been typed in the input box. And then we will take that value and store it as the current filter. If the search string it has something in it, so it's not null or empty, okay, then we're going to take that full list of students that was retrieved, and we are going to filter it based on a where. Okay, so this is a filter statement, a LINQ query. Okay, so those are the changes that we need to make to the code behind. So I am going to add those changes. And let's see here. Oops, this is going to go up above the query. So current filter is the property we created up here. Whoa. Okay, and then I'm going to just copy this part. This is retrieving everything. And then below that, we are going to check to see if there's something in the search string. If there is something there, then we are using where as our filter. And we're checking the last name to see if the search string is in there, or to see if it is in the first name. Okay, so we're checking both names for the search string. Okay, and if it's in, I mean, if it finds it, then, you know, it's filtering basically, instead of getting the full list of rows, we're going to get the rows that meet this criteria, and then they will be sorted accordingly. Okay, so that's what's going on with the filter. And let's see. We need to change the view and add the little search box. So there's some code we have to add. Let's see. This little box is going to go above the table. I don't really want you to copy the whole page. Let's just copy this little portion. And we're going to put it above the table. That's really the only change that we need to make. And sometimes when you copy the whole page, it messes things up. So definitely don't want that. All right. So this is the form HTML with a little razor code. So here we've got our form. Method is get. And we've got some bootstrap formatting for the form. And then you can see we've got our input element. The name is search string. And the value is, it's grabbing or connecting the value to the current filter, which means that it's kind of sharing that with the code behind. Okay, and then we have a submit button, and that is formatted as a button. Button primary is a color. It is that blue color. Okay. And so then after we click on the button, it's going to take us back to the index page. So it's going to go, through this code and redisplay the page. Okay, so that is kind of what it does. And let's save this. And that is really all we need to do to create this filter. So let's go ahead and run this. Let's go into students. And you don't even have to key in the entire name. We can just do a couple letters. Like let's do AL, do a search. Okay, and then back to the full list, just displays this without the filter in place. Okay, and then let's see if we do like an EG. Okay, let's do an IC. So any portion of any name, and it will retrieve it. So it is working. Okay, I'm going to close this. There is one thing I did want to mention, and they do mention it in the tutorial. In our code behind, we're using iQueryable. And you guys may have remembered that when we were working with collections, we used IEnumerable. And basically, IEnumerable is used for collections because that works in memory, whereas iQueryable is used for data that is stored in a database. Okay, and it's more efficient, uses less resources, and that is why we are using iQueryable. If we were looking through collections like we were a month ago, we would be using IEnumerable instead. Okay. Both of them are searchable. It's just that iQueryable is used for databases, IEnumerable is used for collections. Want to make sure you understand that.